What's up, everybody? This is Domingo Hero Network, and today's video, guys, I am going to do a review of Yashahime and Princess Half Demon Season 1, Episode 15. And of course, the name of this episode is called Farewell Under the Lunar Eclipse. And of course, you can also watch Yashahime and Princess Half Demon, available now on Hulu, crunchyroll, and funimation. So let's get this review started, guys. So here we go. And I have to say, this episode is one of my favorite ones. I love this episode of Season 1, Episode 15 of Yashi. One of my favorite episodes, I gotta say. I love this episode. And I know, yeah, there's like a couple episodes that are my favorite, like the Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 14. And I gotta say, Episode 15 is definitely my favorite one. I love this episode. And we're gonna review that right now. So let's get this started. So here we go. So this episode opens with Riku narrating this episode and explaining his old tales that began 18 years ago. So Riku clarifies that 18 years feels like no time at all to him. He's probably hints that Riku is the type of demon himself and not otherwise. So the prior of jewels, Hoshinki II, the Hoshinki II, shows Riku a complete black pearl. The black pearl, as told by Riku, is the jewel that leads to the border of the current world and to the afterlife. So Hoshinki tells Riku that he will be normally take 100 years to create a jewel, but he managed to create the black pearl in just 4 years. So Hoshinki thanks Riku for allowing him to borrow his green rainbow pearl, and at ladies Isui's Inuyasha's mother and Moro's grandmother, who have passed away long ago. Rouge is a complete shell. So Hoshinki tells Riku that he will be on his way to deliver the black pearl to Inuyasha. Riku gives back the compass shell Rouge to Hoshi and asks if he could just give it to Inuyasha as well. So the next scene shows a villager in Kaede's village plugging out of more remains from Ruhead despite being slain by Inuyasha and the rest of the crew. Of course, Inuyasha and the rest of the crew did beat Ruhead, as we saw in episode 1. So the villagers tell Kaede that she currently passing by, taking a walk with Sanga Moroku's children. So Goyato, Kinyo, and Hitsui. Kaede says it's been a month and they still can't seem to get rid of it, calling Ruhead a troublemaking demon. So Goryeo infers Kaede that there will be a demon at a dog's place reference, but they tell Kaede that it's a shell demon. Of course, the shell demon is Hoshiki, sits at a large shell and greet Inuyasha and Gome at their homes, informing Inuyasha that the Black Pearl is complete and ready 96 years earlier than scheduled. So Hoshinki asks Inuyasha about the animate barrage technique, which Inuyasha inherits that Hoshinki's father, Hoshinki the First, a while back from episode 155, 156, and 157 of the original Inuyasha. If you're interested in looking to a recap, Hoshi can ask Inuyasha if he can see the anime barrage technique, and in return he'll hand over the black pearl to Inuyasha. Inuyasha draws his sword, the Tensaiga, and use the anime barrage, but cause damage to his and Kagome's house while doing so. So Kagome yells at Inuyasha to give him the sick commands for damaging half of his house. So basically, like, Inuyasha, sit boy. Ah. What were you thinking? That's exactly what happened. But so anyway, so Hoshiki, Inuyasha, and Kagome, sit inside the house and the now half broken home. So Hoshinki tells Inuyasha and Kagome a short story of the origin of the Black Pearl. Hoshinki gives Inuyasha the Black Pearl and tells him that he heard that the pearl was originally the tears of Lady Izumiya, Inuyasha's mother, and the Great Dog Demon's wife. Of course, the Great Dog Demon is Inuyasha's father. So the lady's tears turned into a jewel when the Great Dog Demon passed away. The jewel seals the Tensaiga and the path of the Great Dog Demon's grave. Inuyasha's father, and was hidden in Inuyasha's right eye. Gome asks Hoichi what is the confessed show she is holding, and Hoshiki tells her that is the rouge that lady is used in order for Hoshiki to create the Black Pearl. He needed some of Lady Izuki's deep sadness. Inuyasha tells Hoshiki that he is surprised that he found that rouge, as he gave it to Kikyo a long time ago. So she replies that it was no easy feat finding the rouge. I was wondering if Riku's green pearl have anything to do finding the rouge. So Hoshiki assumed Higome that if they can keep the rouge and the black pearl now that it is complete, Higome is happy to obviously to Inuyasha's mother Keepscape. Gomez tells Inuyasha that they can go pay their respect to his father's grave now, and asks him if he could have been happier about it, but he uses to proceed and places the black pearl into his right eye. And Tsuruga tells him that he can't detect the pearl from his eye unless it's an emergency. Inuyasha grows stubborn, saying that he could do whatever he wants with it since it was his mother's keepsake. Kikome tells Inuyasha that the rouge is off limits, keeping it close to her. Alright, so the time skip 1 to 3 years later. So Kinyu and Goito are excited and tell Kaede to hurry up as Rin is about to give birth. So Kinyu and Goito are overwhelming with the excitement and tells Kaede that they're going to give the babies more attention than they do with Hitsui, their younger brother. So Kaede asks of Sango Hitsui whereabouts. So Kinyu tells her that their mom went to get Lady Kagome. So Sango holding his son Hisui's hand, and alright, Inuyasha Kagome's home. Sango tells Kagome that they'll be soon, reference to Rin about to give birth. Sango asks Kagome if she's doing well herself, being that Kagome is currently pretty far along in her pregnancy. Kagome tells someone that you can barely see her bum, and she doesn't have any more sickness and see a bomb any more sickness anymore. Blushing into a word, Sango Gomi or Hisu are currently on their way to meet Rin and Kaede. Kinyu Gorto runs over and tell their mother that Kaede needs her help with something. Gomi tells her to go on ahead, that she'll catch up soon. Sango tells Gomi to be careful, and she hurries up with Kingu and Gorto and Hitsui. Kagome not interested that the moon looked at a bit strange, but realized that the lunar eclipse must be happening tonight. During the lunar eclipse, the Earth's shadows covers the moon, and it becomes dark. Riku called upon Kagome's name and introduced himself to her. This is the first time Kagome and Riku have met. Kagome asks her how you know her name. Riku responds by saying that her work was making of the right wish, purify the Shikon jewel has been heard much further than you can imagine. Because of course, if in Inuyasha the final act, the final episode, Kagome, made the one and only correct wish, and that is the Shikon jewel must be purified to disappear from this world forever. So yeah, so now Kagome then asks Riku if he has any business with her. Riku informs Kagome that saying that there's a great a capitalist is approaching. A giant comet is traveling close to Earth once again. And if it does so every 500 years, a large fragment of the comet has been broken into space. So Riku refers to some history, explaining that 500 years ago, when nearly the government land war and finally the lack of food keeps spreading and many people die because of this tragedy. The popularity of demons growing and the great demon who controls these populations with demons appear in the east and west. One of them is the great dog demon, which Gomi knows is Inuyasha's father. So Rico tells Gomi about the two beast kings, the great dog demon and Kinemuru joining forces and integrate the commons fragment 500 years ago. He adds on that now, in 7 days, in the Crimson Comet fragment, will target Earth once again, and the Great Dog Demon passes on, and Kinemura is currently in a long slumber, leaving both Beast Kings unable to decorate the comet for instance again. Kagome angrily asks Riku if any answer can do anything with his father's place, and how to awaken Kinemura from his slumber. Riku tells Kagome that that isn't a good idea to awaken Kimura because he hates humans and cannot forgive the existence of half demon. He will kill not only Inuyasha but also kill the half demon that Lady Rin will birth and Kagome's soon quarter demon child. How does Rico know of Rin and her babies? Although her persons Rico might be under the impression that the only child will be born by Rin as twins. So yeah, so the government enters Kiru if there's a way to destroy the cosmic fragment, and while Kinemura was asleep. So Rico tells Kagome that the one way is to do this is to have the great Dark Demon's son to combine their strength. After Kagome tells Rico that she will do anything to help, he can answer the company Shomer to handle the cosmic fragment. So in the next scene, sounds like the babies crying can be heard from the distance. The moon is currently under the lunar eclipse as Shomer and Jokin look over the village and the sky. Jokin tells Shomer, look like they're born, reference to the children born wherein the beautiful mystery demon Zero appears behind them. As she graced himself to Shishomaru, saying that it's been a while. Jokin doesn't know who this woman is, despite serving under Shishomaru for a long time. Zero asks Shishomaru how is his mother doing, and Shishomaru responds by saying he hasn't seen her in years. Zero asks him why they have demon twins, and she can picture them by surprise look at Kinemura's face. Shishomaru was known despite humans and half demons, yet she was taking a human woman for a wife. So Zero tells Shishomaru that perhaps that he should hide his daughters before Kinemura awakens. Shishomaru comes back and asks him if it's not for you, who wants them dead, Zero? Zero is flattered that Shishomaru remembers her name. Shishomaru pulls out his sword and about Saiga and attacks Zero, but her appearance disappeared and a Shinigami is slightly half, proving that her appearance was only a puppet. So Zero aligns in the sky for a little bit before she decided to leave. Her final words to Shishoma before leaving is informing him that the grim comic approach to Earth for the first time in 500 years after the lunar eclipse, and she tells Shishoma it is his choice to whatever the needs, a warning or not. But if he also wishes to see his family, to suffer the endurance after she was the one humiliated by his father, the great dark demon, Zero finally vanished after wishing Shishomaru the best of luck. Shishomaru feels salty like Coyote's village, and Joker falls behind. So back in Coyote's home, so Rin lies down next to her two born daughters with Coyote song by her side. Coyote tells her she did well, and Rin thanks her. Kagome tells Rin that her children are adorable, and also what will she name them? Rin must respond by saying Toa and Setsuna. So Kagome tells her those are wonderful names. The Jomaru enters the home where Rin, Kagome Sango, and his newborn daughters and Shoma pick up both Toa and Setsuna. Kagome Sango asks Joma, what is he doing with the newborn? What is he doing taking the newborn twins? So Joma tells them it's a right of courage and cowardice, and heads out as to lead the twins. Kagome stops Shoma for a brief moment, asks if Kinemura was tied down to something else. She asked, telling him the consequence needed both him and Inuyasha. After Shishomaru, you know, lists and so listening to what Kagome had to say, he leaves off home with Toa and Sessa and flies off. Ren's tears up and seeing him leave, saying that she has faith in him. John can stay behind for a bit and gives Kagome a letter. John can tells Kagome that he wrote down where Shishomaru plans to destroy the cosmic fragment in just this case if Inuyasha needs to know. So John can tells Ren, leave the rest up to him, and Ren calls out his name. So Shishomaru is currently had his newborn twins in his possession, flying them through the air with the leader of the con demons. Joker follows right behind him and meets face to face with him while flying. She commands Shishoma to give him the half demon daughters to him, as requested by Zero. Shishoma uses Whip of Light, attack cut both of Joker's arms in half. Joker hacks off arms to spear, and the golden silver rainbow pearls came out of Shishoma. Came out of it, and Shishoma catches the pearls and gives the pearls, and then catches the pearls as they escape. The gold and silver pearls were jewels of the demon tribes, was told by Joker. demanding Shishomo to get them back. Shishomo simply tells Joker that the pearls are Zero's tears and flies off. Shishomo Mercury, his newborn daughters, Toe and Satsurai at a tree and lays them underneath. Junkin says he will fulfill the role of the newborns caretaker and raise them in Rin's place. Jonkin uses that for the two head to create a barrier surrounding him. Suzomu and the newborn girls, the barrier kept the area and them hidden. Jonkin tells Shomaru that the barrier is complete, and then we actually bring Rin to there too. Shomaru holds out the gold and silver rainbow pearls in front of his babies. The gold and silver pearls each go one of their eyes. Sentinel now has the gold pearl, and Toa has the silver pearl. The common frame is currently on its way down to Earth. Jokami over Zero, and because of Jonkin's barrier, they cannot sense the purpose of Shomaru to have demon twins. Zero expect this from Tsutomu and Jokin Kigome and Inuyasha meet up at Tsutomu's mother's place. There's the palace. The sun set and the evening sets as in the comments Frankie comes closer. Tsutomu uses his Musaka to split the concept into two, and an unknown demon comes out of it. Inuyasha finished the conflict, finishing off with his Mato-san, Skefu-san, and they both completely disappear. Mr. Jomo can leave the palace, and Inuyasha also leave shortly after. So the Beast King Kinemuru is awakened by Zero. He asks Zero why he has awakened her from the great dog demon's son must be taken care of the conflict. Zero informs Kinemuru that Tsutomu has been taking a human for his bride like his father did. Kinemura is shocked. Zero ends on that Shomer will be plunged into disaster and fall into ruins. Zero tells Kinemura that Shomer has half demon twin daughters. The Shikanju has apparently left them in the purpose. Despite being is gone, Zero tells Kinemura that he will be felt by an existence of either a human or a demon and an impossible entry that they could surpass time. Kinemura did not want to take the prophecy seriously in the beginning, claiming that there's no such thing as Zix. However, Zero thanks to the great dog demon, it has become a reality, even though it should not exist. So Zero explains further about the half demon beginning the existence from either the demon nor human. She also informed Kinemura that the half demon son of the great dog demon Inuyasha and the girl who's the first time to appear in this work, Gome, will have a quarter demon child soon. Zero says if they cannot erase the half demons and quarter demons, Kinemura will meet his end, just like how Shikon Jewel's proper size. Tsutomu enters and appears in front of Zero and Kinemura. Tsutomu asks Kinemura if he will slay Inuyasha. Kinemura responds saying that's what he had in mind. Zero asks Tsutomu who will be leading a hand, and Tsutomu nods, and Kinemura asks Tsutomu to follow him. So time skip some months later. Inuyasha and Kagome have their child, Moroha. Inuyasha has this take Saiga out, and Kagome holds Moroha close to her. Kagome gives baby Moroha the rouge of Inuyasha's mother. She shed a tear, and Moroha tells Moroha that her and Inuyasha will give this to their daughter if they have one. Kagome gives Moroha to Hachi, an old friend of Oroku's, and asks him to take care of her. Hachi leads off with Moroha. Kagome yells and tells Kinemura and Tsutomu that her and Inuyasha will never hand over Moroha to them. Kinemura tells Kagome to be quiet, addressing her as human, and runs to attack her, and then Inuyasha. Tsutomu ran off, and Kinemura takes the black pearl from Inuyasha's right eye. Tsutomu holds the black pearl up, and both Inuyasha and Kagome will drown in and seal inside the black pearl. So Kinemura asked Shoma if he helped them, and Shoma asked Kinemura, "What are you talking about?" So of course, telling him, "Oh, why did you help them?" And so Shoma was like, "I did no such thing." So Johnson tells Kinemura that there will be coming time when Inuyasha's Mino's Gesuka will be needed in the future. But until then, they should simply have Inuyasha and pay respect to the master's grave. Kinemura replies, I suppose that's fine. So basically, he's allowing it. Basically, so he said, I will allow it. So Kinemura is the one who departed, and Riku is the one who's showing what is the whole that Riku is the one glad I got the right black pearl and laid so rouge become useful. So Hachi brings baby Moroha to the Wolf Demon Shrine where Kokanyame and Yagarami holds Moroha. So Zero used her dream gazing spell to find Toa such a sleeping in the forest. Zero asks Homura to burn the forest down. After finding Toa Suzu tells them to erase the curse of the Hat Demon sisters from the face of this world. Zero asks Showa for his permission before doing so. Toa says the word who are young children are caught up in the forest. And caught up in a forest fire and get separated from each other. So Riku notifies the scene as Toa has departed from her trip beyond the reference to Toa being dragged into the rainbow cover. And thus, this is where Riku tells the story. So finally, tells the audience while fishing and tells not to be hasty in the portraits, assuming the representatives to the tribe. Events is happy, close off the example by saying it's fate, allow it. Perhaps we shall meet again. Until then, farewell. So yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Yashahime Princess Hat Demon at season 1, episode 15. Like I said, episode 15 is one of my favorite episodes. I actually love this episode. Going back to the nostalgia. What happened to Inuyasha and Kagome, and there was like so many questions that a lot of Inuyasha fans was trying to find some answers. So far, we did find some answers. Like Inuyasha and Kagome. They're still alive, but they were trapped inside that black pearl because of Shishomaru. But yeah, and then we saw the baby Moroha and all that stuff, and baby Moroha has to raise in the wolf demon drive without her parents around. So yeah, and Toa says that was in the babies half demon twins. They were raised in the forest. Because of Jocket's barrier spell and stuff. But it was a pretty unique episode. I actually love this episode. It's not the best, but hey, it's a good episode for what it was. I actually love episode 15. Pretty good nostalgia in it too. So yeah. So that's it for this video, guys. So don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, and post your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about Yashahime Princess Hat Demon season 1, episode 15, my review of it. And do you like this episode? Do you hate it? What's your thoughts and opinion on episode 15 of season 1? Let me know in the comment section below. And that's gonna be it for this video, guys. It's the Domingo Hero Network. All I can say is take care. Have a good day. Goodbye, everyone. And Domingo Hero Network is signing out. Peace.